I'm Mark Cunningham, and I'm a partner in the firm of Cunningham and Sherman. Colleen was in a pretty terrible traffic collision, and she was coming back from a trip with her family. She was sleeping in the front seat of the family's Honda Pilot. Her husband, Michael, was driving, and they had their two small children in the back seat. But on their way home, suddenly and without warning, a young teenager, for whatever reason, made a left turn in front of them as Michael was traveling at a safe speed, but he had no time to avoid the collision. The surgery that Colleen ultimately had, and it was a major surgery, her past medical expenses were very low. And one of the reasons being that she had an artificial disc replacement in her cervical spine. And for whatever reason, the health insurance company declined the procedure, thinking it was experimental. Now, before the first trial, I had the opportunity to share my PowerPoint presentation that was prepared by DK to counsel, so he knew what I was going to show the jury. I had slides that showed the crash, showed the biomechanics of what happened to the neck. DK did something really interesting where they took a picture of Colleen, made a graphic of her that looked like her, so that the jury would be able to associate how the neck moved, how it was injured, and the dynamics of this crash on the spine, looking at this anatomical model that looked like her. And then they helped me with the arguments that I figured the defense would make. And we had graphics showing how I was going to defeat those arguments. And we did it in a very powerful way that made it easily understood by the jury what they were going to argue and why that didn't make sense in this case. The defense attorney approached me before we were going to get assigned out to another courtroom and said, let's mediate the case. I think he was very concerned based on how I was going to present the case and how I was going to diffuse the defense arguments. So he asked us to go to mediation, which we did, and it ended up settling the case. Extremely responsive, easy to work with, and I would not hesitate to use them again on a serious injury case, because I think in this particular case, it changed her life.